The Boston Red Sox are back. I'm recording this right after Ceddanne Rafaela's walk-off home run against the Rays to extend the win streak to 8 games. It's honestly incredible considering where this team was in May, June, like around that time, even during the Rafael Devers trade. It's insane that they're at this point right now. I've been meaning to make a video about the Red Sox and this big winning streak of theirs right now. And I genuinely do believe, I know majority of those games have been against the Nationals and Rockies, two of the worst teams in MLB. But at the same time, this team is finally clicking, and they're playing like the team people projected that they were going to be at the beginning of the season. So I'm just going to explain as to why this team is playing as good as they are finally, and what players are especially helping turn this team around per se. And I got to start off with the guy who hit the walk-off home run tonight, Ceddanne Rafaela. He's just been on a generational run right now. I'll put the stat on the screen, but every single month of this season, his OPS has grown every single month. And this month, especially in July and even in June, he's just been tearing the cover off the baseball. I honestly believe that this hot streak Rafaela has been on started during that series against the Angels back in Fenway when he hit 3 home runs in all 3 of those games in the series, including the walk-off where it was like the shortest walk-off home run in all of like MLB history, which is crazy. And he's just been an extra base hit machine. You know, the thing with Ceddanne Rafaela, especially with his hitting, obviously he's been incredible this entire season, playing prestigious fielding in center field. He should be the front runner to win Gold Glove. He's just been an incredible defender this year. And the thing is, his bat has been, a little bit inconsistent throughout his short career. Obviously, he's mostly been a 9-hole hitter, and he's still continued to be in the 9-hole for the Red Sox. But at the same time, his hitting has just been incredible. The issue with Rafaela's hitting is that he doesn't really take a lot of walks. He chases out a lot of pitches, and at least for this year, his chase rate, I'd assume, based on what I've been watching for the Red Sox this year, the chase rate has definitely been down, and he's just been able to barrel the ball a lot more. So I don't know if it's necessarily just more experience at MLB, could also just be a confidence thing, more of discipline, things like that. I know at the same time he's still not walking, but I think he's taking a lot better pitches, and it's just led to more hits. He's able to, again, barrel the ball well. When he hits the ball, he hits it hard, and we're seeing it now. This guy has just been incredible, and again, I feel like he's just been the main contributor as to why the Red Sox are on the run they're on right now. Another player that has contributed to this winning streak, and it might not be a household name to a lot of MLB teams, but it's Romy Gonzalez. Romy Gonzalez, at least when he came to the Red Sox originally, he was more so this utility infielder, a guy who can play all 4 infield positions if you really want to. I believe he can also play all outfield positions. He's a utility player. Utility is a loose term for Gonzalez considering he doesn't play any position to an elite level, but regardless, the Red Sox discovered that this dude mashes lefty pitchers, and it's a huge reason as to why they've won a bunch of games recently. At least when they've played the Nationals and the Rockies for like 3 games straight, Romy was in the lineup facing off against left-handed pitching, and he just completely mashed. I believe at one point he was on like an 8-game RBI streak or something crazy like that, but in every single game, at least especially during the games when they played left-handed pitching, he slotted in at the 2-hole, and it contributed to early offense right away. He would get an RBI, he would get a hit in that first inning, and it would contribute to a run right away. And it's making this offense look a lot more complete. Again, I know his defense hasn't been great, but adding in that extra right-handed bat, along with a guy like Rob Refsnyder, who's been mashing at the plate, who's been a lefty masher practically his entire career, at least when he's been with the Red Sox. Yeah, it's just been incredible. At least over the last few years with the Red Sox, they have struggled facing off against lefty pitchers. And now with guys like Rob Refsnyder and Romy Gonzalez in the lineup, also got to give shout out to Nate Eden. I know he's not with the team right now, but he was the leadoff hitter in those games, and I believe in every single game he was that leadoff hitter. He reached base, so he played a massive role into this winning streak. So gotta give respect with respect is due, and honestly give respect to Core for making that decision and handling the lineup as well as he has, because now that this team is finally healthy, I feel like he's been managing the lineup really well, adding in players when they need to be added, taking out players when they need to be added. I feel like he's just been managing all the players in the lineup extremely well. So I got to give Core a lot of credit to that. Long story short, Romy Gonzalez, his bat facing off against lefties, it's been massive. And if I find any significant stats, I'll put it onto the screen. But yeah, another player who's been extremely valuable to this team right now, and yeah, he's the fucking man. The third player I gotta give respect to, I guess I can also combine him a little bit because this other player has been contributing a lot. Anyways, I'll get right into it. Roman Anthony, and I'll also slot in Marcelo Meyer and talk about him as well. I guess we'll start off with Roman Anthony, but Roman Anthony, he's finally, I guess, I wouldn't say a breakout because he's literally played like a month in the MLB right now, but he's really getting adjusted to MLB competition already. It's difficult because some players, when they get called up, either they struggle out the gates and they're kind of in this, I guess, 4A player mode where they struggle against hitting and then eventually they turn it up. Roman Anthony was kind of like that at the beginning. He definitely struggled a bit when he first got called up. Like, he wasn't setting the world on fire or anything like that. Low average. But at the same time, I feel like he just got a lot of bad luck. He hits the ball extremely hard. At least I want to say in the majority of the hits he's made that are put in play, they've all at least reached 100 miles per hour for their exit velocity. So he's seeing pitches, and also his eye at the plate has been very well. I feel like a lot of Roman Anthony's early struggles, and I'm putting in very loose terms because I don't think it was necessarily early struggles. I think he's been fine and he hasn't really struggled in the MLB in his young career. But regardless, a lot of it was bad luck, and now Red Sox fans and the MLB are finally seeing him be able to find contact consistently and get it through the field and things like that. Core has been slotting Anthony in at the 3-hole, at the 2-hole occasionally, majority at the top of the order, and essentially he's pretty much replaced Rafael Devers. And I wouldn't say doing it better because Rafael Devers was really great he's been great at the plate this season, so I can't discredit Devers and what he's done. But at the same time, Roman Anthony has practically replaced Devers in his role, and he's been doing great, especially in the series. He hit his second career home run, his first in Fenway Park in one of the games against the Rockies. He recorded multiple RBIs. His average is back up. It's up in the 200s, like the mid 200s right now. Yeah, another player who's really contributed to the offensive success of the Red Sox. So again, another player I got to give extremely big credit to. And then also I got to talk about Marcelo Meyer, because although he hasn't been of the same extent to Roman Anthony for offensive production, he hasn't really played a lot of games in this winning streak. Alex Cora has mostly played him against right-handed pitching, so considering the Red Sox have played a lot of lefty pitchers recently, Marcelo Meyer has been out of the lineup. But regardless, I think Meyer has been fine, and I think the Red Sox are handling it pretty well considering they are so tight when it comes to their roster. And I guess I got to give it both ways. I got to give Marcelo Meyer a lot of credit being able to adjust to what the Red Sox gave him early in this career. Obviously, no one really expected Marcelo Meyer to be called up because Alex Bregman was injured, but he's really stepped into that role really well. I've been mostly impressed with Marcelo Meyer and his defense, especially at third base. He's barely played that position, and considering he kind of, I wouldn't say pick it up in the MLB, but play majority of the games, he's primarily a shortstop, but the majority of the games that he's played in the MLB have been at third base, he looks so natural at it. He just looks incredible defensively. So I got to give a lot of credit to him in that aspect. And he's starting to look great at the plate. He's had multiple games where he's had multiple hits. In the game tonight against the Rays, where it was the same game as Ceddanne Rafaela hitting the walk-off, he had an RBI double off the Green Monster. Like, he's another player that's been contributing, and he's contributing and helping out this Red Sox team. So huge credit goes to Marcelo Meyer as well. Both of those rookies look incredible, and I'm happy that they're both up and producing right away. Other players, because it's not just those three that are being the main reasons the Red Sox are winning these games like that. Other players that I got to give my flowers to are Trevor Story. Considering the month of May that he had, where it was historically bad. Wait, I don't think it was historically bad, but it was really bad. It got to the point where literally every single Red Sox fan wanted this dude DFA'd. And honestly, I feel like that opinion has pretty much changed. I think Trevor Story has been a huge reason to the Red Sox winning streak and their success recently. For once, he's finally healthy, and again, it's been a roller coaster of a season for Story, but the highs are really highs, but the lows are really lows, and we're really seeing the highs right now. He had a great month of June, and he's having another great month in July so far. It's crazy to think, but he leads all American League shortstops in RBIs and home runs, which is a crazy thing to think of, but at the same time, his ability to play in all these games right now, I don't think he's missed many games this year. He's been healthy, so knock on wood for that. And yeah, just him being consistent. I guess now he's been consistent. It really helps out this team. I feel like the main thing that I got to give respect to Story for is his ability to hit with runners in scoring position. I know this was a problem in those rough months, or in that rough month of May, but he's really figured it out at the plate. He's really finding his groove now. And yeah, it's resulted in these RBI chances, not just home runs, but driving in runners when they're on base. And yeah, I got to give huge credit to Trevor Story, and also got to shout out his defense at shortstop. I know a lot of people are a little critical on his throwing and his arm and things like that, but honestly, I think he's going to be at least a candidate for Gold Glove for shortstop for the American League. I mean, that's my opinion watching the Red Sox games, but I think he's been really great at shortstop as far as a fielder, and that's another huge reason as to why the Red Sox have been fine. I know their defense, they're not one of the best defensive teams, but now that Alex Bregman is back in the infield, I think this defense is going to become a lot better. So yeah, Trevor Story has been incredible, and yeah, he's really turned around his season. This team is finally clicking. I even talked about the pitching side because they also pitch very well. Again, it's the Washington Nationals and Colorado Rockies, but at the same time, they also had wins against the Cincinnati Reds, and they are up 2-0 in their series with the Tampa Bay Rays. So it's not like the pitching isn't doing anything, but guys like Brian Bayo, Lucas Giolito, another guy I got to give big credit to. He's really turned things around, and he's been able to give the Red Sox consistent innings on the mound. His strikeouts look pretty well. He's finally able to limit hard contact, which is incredible. And he's gone deep into games. So a huge shout out to Lucas Giolito. And it's great because he wants to stay in Boston. Right away, he immediately shot down trade rumors of him going anywhere. So I'm really happy to see that, and I'm glad that he's pitching so well, because prime Lucas Giolito, let's not forget he was an ace at one point, at least, a high caliber pitcher. So, gotta give credit where credit is due. And then also Brian Bayo, he's coming off a complete game against the Colorado Rockies. He's finally been able to pitch quality games, so it's great to see. And yeah, I didn't record the outro at night, and I recorded it 2 days later. And now the Red Sox have won 10 straight games, and their momentum is still there. It's insane. They've won 10 games in a row going into the All-Star break, and it's just awesome. Like, this team is finally playing like the team that everyone expected them to play like at the beginning of the season. And I honestly think the momentum is going to shift going into after the All-Star break. I know they have a difficult schedule coming up. They're facing the Dodgers, Cubs, Phillies, all throughout the end of this month. But I think they're still going to stay, and I do believe that they're going to end up becoming a playoff team after all the stuff that they're going through. So it's insane. This is one of the craziest seasons that I've really paid attention to when it comes to all of Boston sports, and I just love it right now. So it's awesome, and I'm excited to see where the Red Sox go because it's just been absolute cinema. So we'll see what goes on the rest of the season.